What's up? We here. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. It's funny this time. Ooh, ooh,
Funny
ooh.
bits
It's
this
funny this
time.
time. What, what,
Funny
what?
bits time.
See, Carl gets into the groove. Larry just be like, whatever, just start the show. What's up? What's up? All right, we got Carl Rogers in the studio. Oh,
What's
what's up?
good in your hood?
Everything. And
What's up?
Larry XL is here. Woo! And I'm super excited because we have a special guest in the studio. I love this picture. This was taken right over the Black Lives Matter, right in New York. I think that was Brooklyn, New York. Lois Thompson is going to be with us. I'm super excited. Yay!
Nice.
All right. So let's get this show rocking and rolling. I'm super excited. Let's talk about it. Back to school. Hey, my little one started kindergarten on Tuesday, y'all. Oh my gosh. And it was a little jarring because all the little ones, they had their masks on going into the school, and each one got their temperature taken as they went in the doors, and I had to wave from outside. I couldn't even walk him to his classroom. Had all the supplies and the bags and backpack, and he was off to the races, y'all. And then Mitchell started freshman year today. Oh,
Nice.
Friday Eve, y'all, September 10th. You know what it is. We don't say the T word here. We say Friday Eve. It just sounds more festive, right?
Nope.
I like it.
And for those that can't comply, you notice that we haven't seen them in years.
Oh, you said they just got booted off.
Ew. Like, what you doing, lady? Stop tripping.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Larry, I wish you could have been there, Larry. It was hilarious, dude.
no,
What happened?
Karl, too much. He's a mess. So what about
I'm at
your
that age
kids,
now. I
Karl?
don't care no more.
What's happening with your kids? How's their school situation?
Well, see, here's the thing. I guess them 8-9 years working for the Board of Education, I'm back to homeschooling.
Okay.
But they don't start till next week anyway. So,
Oh wow.
Right, because it's homeschooling. You start whenever you want to.
nah, man, they
your
want
own
you. They
curriculum.
want you to log on, have your cameras on, and everything.
Mhm.
My daughter was like, "I'm not having my camera on."
Yeah.
Like, you put your little camera on. That's called attendance.
Like, if you really wanted to control the situation, you really should open the schools up. Like, you throw it in my lap, I do whatever the hell I feel like it.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh. Like I could imagine if Larry had some kids. I really could.
I couldn't.
Yeah. You never wanted any kids, Larry?
It's not that. It's like one of those things where there's just so many ways you can mess that up.
I never heard of
I think you overthink. I think you overthought it.
I've seen more bad parenting out there these days than I see good parenting. So, like, what are the odds? It's like, that I'm going to be one of the good ones. I'm thinking, no, I'm not betting on myself on that one.
You weren't taking that bet, huh?
Nope.
Hey, Larry, that's a 15-minute comedy set right there. That's it. You should just do that, Larry. Your rant.
I'd be really bad at it, or I'd be like too good at it. It wouldn't. Nothing good would come out of it.
That wouldn't be true. There'd be a little Larry or a little Larina running around.
You said Larina. Ain't no daggone cereal, LaTice.
Like, you're both parents, right? Like, I know you've had situations where like some grown up at the school where your kid works came at your kid all wrong, and like what do you do in that situation? Because I would just run up on dude and just and bust him in his jaw,
Dude,
Ain't no
Larry,
parent Thompson.
There
No,
have
it's
been
going to be a parent
plenty of
historian.
times. I was
Hey,
looking at old posts. You know how memories comes up on on Facebook, and I literally said, "Yo, if these parents can't control their kids, they're gonna see how discipline goes today." Because I will be talking to them and their kid. We were at some play area. I cannot tolerate someone else's child doing something to my kid or something that's going to affect them. Like I remember this one kid had like a personal toy with him, right? And when you do that, that attracts all the other kids, right? Everybody now wants to play with that one toy that isn't a part of the play area at all. They're like, "Oh, that's different. I want that." And then you have the kid who it belongs to, like, "No, it's mine." But guess what, bitch? You shouldn't have brought it to a public place. It's community property because your
community
mom was
property.
too dumb to say, "Don't bring your daggone I don't know, centipede,
Buzz
whatever you want to
Lightyear.
call it. Don't bring personal toys to public places. It's not a good look."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That's
and
all I'm saying.
even little things can just scar your kids for life. Because
Yep.
like so imagine like somebody from my generation, right? Like the back in the day, like let's say one Christmas you wanted an Atari and your parents are being really cheap. They bought you some off-brand shit for Christmas and act like they just like won the Super Bowl in the gift giving competition. And but meanwhile, their kids like everybody else got Atari and you got me like this cheap ass Korean made no Atari video game
So
system.
sorry.
Now the kids are making fun
And
of
a
me.
white
My
white
kid grows
box.
up to be a serial killer.
Yeah. Thankfully, we never had that issue growing up. We always
Yeah.
had the latest and the greatest. So all
Yeah.
the kids used to come over our house and play.
But it's like we used to have issues as far as like bullying. And one time Karl came home, he was like, "Dad, this dude is big." I'm thinking he exaggerating and stuff, right? So I went on a field trip with him, and I said, "What a dude at?" I looked over, I was like, "Him with the mustache?" I said, but I had to tell my because he was shook a little bit, right? So he was with his dad, so we square up on the bus, and I was like, "Yo, this your son?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's my son." I was like, "Tell your son to leave my son alone, or we're gonna have a problem." I had to squash it right there because the teachers were like, "We're gonna meet back and forth." I was like, "Nah, just take it right to the parent."
Always want to do that. Like,
Never
nah.
had a problem out of that kid again
I know
because
that's
the
right.
dad was a punk.
Yeah, I seriously, I've always said that too. Like, you want to see somebody outraged, do something to my kid. One of my kids is on and popping. I remember I had to go down and threaten a little boy because he was throwing rocks at Kayla and her friend. They were like all about 7 or 8, and I drove my car down to the bus stop and rolled up on him like, "Yo, throw another rock and it's gonna be your last." And he was like, "Okay, I'm sorry." Like, yeah, that's what I thought. I pulled right off. Listen, and tell your mom and dad to come on up the hill. I'll talk to them too. I'm not scared of nobody. Listen,
Man,
don't
listen.
touch my kids. That's all I'm saying.
See, this is a good thing why I don't have a work schedule. I'd be like, "What? All right, I gotta go to the school." I love going to the school. It was like, "Oh, Mr. Rogers, how are you?" I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah."
he's back again.
Yo, I told you what happened last year. They had a rally, no, a couple years ago because there was some racial incidents at the
I
school.
remember. I
So
remember.
they organized, say everybody gonna wear black, right? So I'll pull up. They're in a side room. When I get in there, they're thinking I'm the aggressor. Sheriff and the principal, vice principal, pulled me in the other room and said, "Well, Mr. Rogers, what can we do to eliminate this problem?" So then I had like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King power. I was like, "What you need to do is tell that little girl to stop putting stuff on social media."
I can't. He started preaching, talking about we didn't fall.
Yo,
Rock found us.
I came so close to saying everything from every Black Lives Matter movie ever.
Uh-uh. I know that's
But
right.
it worked out pretty good. It was just I had on my black ghost sweater. It was nice. I felt
Yeah.
empowered.
It's funny too. So I was on Facebook the other day, and Earthquake posted this video on his feed, the Comedian Earthquake, and it basically in the text he says like it was like look at God. It basically was this video where it was like 6 generations of women like in the same family, all in the same room at the same time. It's like, one girl would show up on screen. This is my mother. She'd walk off screen. This is my
Yeah,
mother.
I saw
Like
that.
6 times. And I typed, I was like, you do know everybody in that picture had to get pregnant at 14 or 15 for that to be possible, right?
Right.
That's kind of fucked up. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Now, look, you could get knocked up back in like the 40s, 50s. Yeah, you get knocked up at 15 because people got married at like 15 or 16 back then. But nowadays,
Right.
really, that's something you celebrate?
Yeah,
Hold on,
pregnancy
guys,
and baby showers is big business.
I'll be right back. Keep the show going. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yo,
Yeah,
hey, Larry, I didn't see that one.
Big picture.
Huh?
I always back up. I always like every time somebody says like something, always take a minute, back up, see the big picture. Because sometimes that thing that are saying is something positive or something worth bragging about is like something that's just like, that's kind of messed up, when you really think about it. But a lot of people don't.
It's almost like how parents used to say, oh, my baby's so smart. He or she programmed the remote control. It's like it ain't that difficult. You just point and hit the buttons. I mean, eventually he or she gonna hit the code, something, right?
Yeah.
He's just smarter than you, mom or dad. He's just smart. Stop giving your kids so much high expectations. Let them just go through life and learn.
And then there's people like I'm thinking whenever I see somebody that has more than like 2 or 3 kids and they're not rich, I'm like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, what was I thinking, Larry?
Yeah, like really, like if you're not rich and you got like anywhere like between 4 and 6 or 7 kids, I'm thinking like, why?
Well, yeah. Well, what trips me out is when you see the stair steps. So it's like they were like, okay, the oldest is like 7, and then they have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're like,
No, that is some rapid fire like procreation right there.
That part, I and it's so funny because I have 2 friends when we were growing up, and after we all got married and everything, they literally, like, I had Kayla for such a long time. She was just the one and only, right? And then when I finally had my second one, which was 15 years later, they were already on like kids 3, like 2, 3, I think kid 3. And then all of a sudden they had 4. I was like, I said, what are y'all doing to my 2, and I took such a long break, but I would tease them all the time, like, y'all crazy.
No, but it's like, as a society, we program people to like, because when I went to college, I swear to God, in my like senior class, there were at least 4 girls that I knew that were planning their graduation parties and their weddings at the same time. Wow. It was like they were like so hell bent, like their main get down for college was to get a degree, get a degree, and get a husband in the same 4 years.
All at the same time. Yeah. Wow, I like that plan. That was a pretty smart plan.
Yeah, but it was like you don't even know what you want to do for a living at this point in your life, and you are supposed to like figure out who you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You really even don't know what the hell you want in life.
And when I think about it, when I waited, like I call myself waiting to get married. So I got married at 32, and I thought that was like I had done something. I really should have just waited some more. It was not long enough. It was not long enough. But Let's bring our special guest in here because we could talk about kids all day. But she has a little one as well, and so I know she can add some conversation to this. But we have some more topics we're going to talk about. Plus, I want to see how she's been doing up in New York. So, without further ado, please, everyone, welcome Lois Thompson to the show.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Sitting on the sideline dealing with my prescriptions. How y'all doing?
Oh, what kind of prescriptions? We nosy.
Oh, girl, just eczema, just stress-related bullshit. That's all. Just nonsense.
Oh, man. We're trying to see what you're sharing.
Okay, I know, right? Would you like some ointment? I have plenty.
So how are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. Things are good. Things are, as good as they can be. I was going to ask Larry how his business was because I think we're kind of tied together on that end because I'm a real estate agent.
Okay.
Yeah,
and what?
I know you do the insurance, right? No, that's not you. That's Karl.
Yeah, that's Karl. That's not me.
Not you. You're Hot Topics. You're clothing.
Yep, that's what I used to. Yeah, long time ago, I used to work there. But now, like when the pandemic, before the pandemic hit, I was doing journalism and I was doing stand-up comedy, and both of them just ceased to exist at the same time. So basically, now I'm just doing nothing but side hustles. I'm doing like Lyft and DoorDash to pay the bills, which in this area it's pretty lucrative. Especially last week was a holiday week; it was insane. Like everybody I picked up was going to the moon.
Right.
I'm hanging in there. With, and I think, and I see a lot of comics on Facebook now. They're just like, I've been out of work for 6 months. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's like, hey, you've had 6 months to come up with a plan B. All right. If you haven't figured something out yet, I can't really do nothing for you because you've seen the record for a minute.
That's it, exactly. Survival of the fittest. You got that right. So how is real estate going? We were talking about that. How is the real estate game going on up in New York right now?
It's insane. It's crazy. Everything is it's moving to me faster than it would have been if we'd have gone into a regular summer.
Right.
Now, there's some areas that are a little bit sluggish, but people are always looking for opportunity, and this has created that. I think people kind of jumped the gun and thought that folks are going to want to sell everything for 10 cents, which is not happening. No, that is not happening. So it's interesting. There's still bidding wars. There's still I did a ton of rentals. I don't usually do that many rentals, but I did a ton of rentals from people downgrading from like $12,000 a month to $8,000, like that kind of thing. So there's a lot of that happening. A lot of people just kind of adjusting.
How do you do it? How do you go from living off of $12,000 a month to going down to like a paltry $8,000 a month? That's paltry. I mean,
listen, I stopped passing judgment. When you start looking at people's paperwork and stuff, it's like, oh, okay, I see how that happened.
Yeah.
Right.
You just let it be.
Yep. Can't do nothing.
Pay me. We're good. Pay me.
Right.
What's the minimum amount? What's the minimum amount you have to make a month for somebody to be able to come to you and be able to get something in New York?
I mean, it all depends on what you're looking for. I mean, for rentals, they have this very obscene equation of you need to make 40 times the rent, whatever the monthly rent is in order to afford it, which is ridiculous. Nobody does. Nobody does.
That's dumb.
So it's like.
But median rent in New York is like what, $3,500, $4,000 a month? Like that's for like a 1-bedroom, right?
Yeah. Well, no, not for 1 bedroom.
Studio.
No. I have a 3-bedroom apartment for $3,800. Big,
nice,
real 3-bedroom apartment like that. So those numbers. I mean, those numbers might exist. I'm sure they exist somewhere. Of course, there's always going to be a $5,000 studio. There's always going to be that. But folks aren't running to that. That's somebody's parents are paying for that.
No, that's
true. It's very true.
You're saying that we shouldn't listen to those infomercials on Facebook and on TV that says that I can buy houses and flip them at pennies on a dollar? I shouldn't be listening to that stuff.
You can't do that in New York.
There are some markets where that certainly does still work. There are some markets. I mean, you could take your salary in New York and go to Baltimore and buy a block.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Wow.
You really
Well, it's funny you say 3-bedroom apartments. So there's 3-bedroom apartments down this way, South Jersey, $1,750.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. South Jersey. What town?
Cherry Hill.
Like Voorhees, Marlton, Cherry Hill area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close to transportation.
Yep.
And we're all in Jersey, you know.
Yeah.
Do you realize that we're
Oh,
all
yeah,
in Jersey? You're in Jersey City.
There's a bus to take you to a bus to a train.
You know, I had to know who I was talking to.
I'm down in South. We're all South Jersey though. We're just the South Jersey crew. Yeah.
Okay. I'm in Montclair.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. We just moved here. Like we closed in the middle of the pandemic. It was
that's what I figured, because I'm like, wait a minute. I know you were in Jersey before the pandemic. Okay.
No, not before.
Jersey. All right. I see you. Oh, you
after they shut down New York.
Montclair. So yeah, you're over there with John Minus.
Yes.
Yep. Oh my God.
Minus.
Huh?
I said Mr. Minus.
Yes. All right, so let's talk about comedy. Let's get into it. I saw recently you were in Brooklyn, right? You did the show with Dave Lester.
No, I hung out with him.
Oh, you just hung out.
I just got back from vacation that day, and
nice.
When because I had to see that show. I went to see him, Dara, and all those other folks that were on there. I got to see Joanna for a bit, so that was a lot of fun. That was right on the mural. So if you guys hear about any outdoor shows happening in Brooklyn on the mural, Renaissance Plaza, you should most definitely go, because it's real. It was a great experience. It was great. Yeah. People dancing and roller skating and stuff. I felt like, Brooklyn, I don't know.
Right, Brooklyn. Of course. That's awesome. So when the pandemic hit, and because you have an amazing show, let's talk about that. Blacklight
comedy show, yeah.
And I love this show because it's all Black funny women all the time, every month, right? Yeah. And so I've gotten to perform on there a couple times. Thank you for having me. And I always have a good time coming up there. But yeah, I miss your show.
I miss it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like,
I was listening to Larry during Leanne's interview where he said Zoom shows suck, and I was like, oh man, don't say that, man.
I've done a couple, and I miss the actual visceral, experience of being on stage in front of actual people, doing it to a screen, and having to wait for digital laughter to hit you. For me, just it just takes me out of it.
Yeah,
I'd rather not do it. Yeah, I'd rather not do it than do it half-ass.
Say that again, Lois.
I said what would take you out of it even more is COVID. So
right.
Yeah, it's a little scale.
Right. Right. Well,
here's the thing. I would do it if there was money in it, but there's it's not like people are offering you the same money that you were making.
It's not going to be the same money.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to go through a massive period of adjustment here.
Yeah.
First of all four of us looking at each other right now, we have to survive the second wave. That's going to be your first thing to do. So get yourself together for that. Store up toilet paper and all that crap that you're going to need, and stay your butt in the house until March. That's pretty much it.
So basically, what you're saying is, wait for all the ain't shit comics to die, and then just swoop in.
Pick up the
Phoenix, baby.
Well, I've been getting out, and over the last
I saw you with your drive-in.
Yeah, so I've been doing the drive-in shows. I got to finally do one, which was amazing, and then I have another one coming up actually this Saturday on the 12th. In Woodbridge, New Jersey. So, but I was also at Punchline. They just started their outside series.
How do they have it set up? That works
awesome. It's literally in the parking lot, but they have it, gated. It's fenced off. They have it, and lights, and they've really done it up, and tables and chairs, and I'm just like, okay, y'all figured this out, and everything is social distanced, and the stage is far enough away, and And they're running essentially two stages now too, so they can kind of recoup some of this. So they have shows going on off their patio, and then the one where I was on
you were on the big stage.
Huh?
You were on the big stage.
Yeah, the bigger stage, the bigger space, and
cool.
Yeah, and it was really cool. And they have their makeshift bar, all the way in the back. It was really awesome. I was like, okay, and it's literally right next to the Fillmore. So essentially, they're using that empty space that would have been the parking lot for some of the Fillmore, customers or whatever. So they've taken over part of that. The only down part was that stage, you can only have access to porta potties. And I was like, I am not using a porta potty. If I have to, I'm walking right back across the street to the building, and they will let me in, because I'm not doing that.
You don't want to hold your internals open over a vat of someone else's feces. How could you not want to do that? Isn't that
I reserve that only for emergencies and amusement parks, if that's like a carnival or something. Not a comedy show.
Yeah, but see how you evolve, because I'm pretty sure 20-year-old LaTice would have hooked up with a dude in a portage john back in the day.
No, never. Wow. I might have made out up against one, but not inside.
Hold your nose. Put this in your mouth. All
right. Okay. So we have the show now. All right.
Yeah, I love it.
Hold your nose. Put this in your mouth.
I'm telling you, that's wild. See, Larry always puts me in the most ridiculous places and locations because he thinks that I'm just drunk.
I put myself in ridiculous situations too, because like Lois, you're in real estate, and as a comic, I could not be in real estate because I would clown people as I was trying to sell them houses, because I like to watch those house hunting shows, and I swear to God, I would be the worst real estate agent.
That's
because I would just talk shit to people while they're buying houses, because like if you got $1 million taste, but you only got a $300,000 budget for a house, then I'm making fun of you the whole time. So
we would not be there because that was just a waste of your time.
Yeah,
that's why you got to filter folks, right?
Right,
Carl. You got to do that pre-qualification, because I did that my first year in real estate. Dude came up to me and said, I want to buy this. I want to take a look at this $1.5 million house. New agents, we automatically calculate commission. Then I had to remember that in talking to this dude in the past, he didn't have a job. I was like, did you hit the lottery? Did you get an inheritance? He was like, nah, man, I just want to see what $1.5 million of a home looked like. I said, you go to that white neighborhood and knock on that door, and I will see you on the news. Go ahead and knock on that door.
Right, like you just get some looky-loos is what they call them.
Looky-loos, exactly.
Yeah,
that was actually the one good thing about the pandemic, is that it got rid of all that.
Yeah, because you can't.
Nonsense.
Right. Yeah. Cut all the nonsense. Either you can buy it or you can't.
Use your time wisely.
So I like are you doing like virtual walkthroughs now?
Sorry?
Are they doing virtual walkthroughs of houses now?
Oh, yeah. We've been doing that.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for quite a bit. So, yeah, everything has to have a video attached to it now. And, then the people who you have coming are really the serious folks. Folks kind of not doing that wandering around and picking up everything, And I go behind everybody. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. So I go behind everybody with the Lysol. I stocked up. I saw it coming. And I have tons of stuff. So I'm spraying everything. I'm wiping everything down. I'm not playing around here, man. I got a little 2.5-year-old. I got to try at least.
So you got all in New Jersey.
Is there a particular like type of area of New York that you specialize in, or a particular type of client? Like if somebody wants to see, a $50 million abode, do they call you, or is that somebody else's like area of expertise?
If they know me, I certainly hope they do call me.
Yeah,
right. Okay. My specialty, 50 million? No, not my specialty. I work in Brooklyn. Usually the budget ranges that we're going for, like I'm working with is like anywhere from, because I have a very large co-op building from studios all the way up to very large 3 bedrooms in it. So that things in that building basically go from about 300 to about 600. Then I have the homes in Bed-Stuy and in Flatbush, and then you're talking like 1.5 and up. So it's all in that range. Everything that falls in that range is what I deal
Beautiful. That is fantastic.
That's
I love that you're in Jersey now, though. That is so.
Oh, can I tell you how much I love my yard? Can I tell you how gangster the raccoons are?
I know. Yeah, we know.
The other night, beating a raccoon off my trash, and I was thinking to myself, this is that underreported coon on coon crime. No one's really talking about this.
Coon on coon. Yo, write that book, Lois. I want to see that book in 6 months. Coon on coon crime. I want to see that book in the story.
Got it. Coon on coon crime. My life in the suburbs. Absolutely.
It better come out, yo. So let's talk about. Did you see in the news that Dr. Dre's soon-to-be ex-wife is asking for $2 million a month?
Yeah, she must do some amazing head. That's all I can imagine.
Larry,
that's my thing. It's like I could see if she had any production credits to her name, or help invent Beats by Dre. But the last I checked,
Larry is upset about this.
She was just the plus one in the relationship.
Yeah, it's a little much.
It's like, okay, so the way it breaks down is, and this is the breakdown: laundry and cleaning, $10,000 a month. Okay, can I be her personal?
You do that job?
Right.
A job washing her clothes for like $10,000 a month.
That must be really stinky drugs.
Yeah, clothes $135,000 a month. Education, which is tuition and living expenses, $60,000 a month. Entertainment, $900,000 a month.
But tuition, what tuition is she talking about? Who's in school?
I don't know. She might be going to DeVry or something. I don't know, but
$50,000 a month. You gonna learn it?
Yeah. Charitable contributions. Dre's got to pay for her charitable contributions. $125,000 a month. Mortgage, $100,000 a month. So what kind of house is she trying to get into where the mortgage is $100,000 a month? But what's the price tag on that house?
He's not leaving Beverly Hills. That's what that is.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. That's fine.
The exact same lifestyle that she has now.
That's what I said.
But not realizing it does not exist without him.
Yeah, but she's leaving him
to a certain lifestyle. So now, I mean, and I want to know, like, because I didn't even know he was married. Like, I kind of knew he was married, but like, who is she? Like, what has she been doing?
Is she doing some other like philanthropic things on the side that are really improving life for a lot of people? Or this is just about her wanting to not leave the country club? It's like,
right.
That's what I'm about. Like,
has she? Like, I don't even
gotta write it down.
I don't even see her. Like, I've never heard of her doing anything extra. She doesn't sound like she's a philanthropist. She doesn't sound like she's doing any great charity work. Like, what has she been doing all these years that she's been married to him? Is my
be a philanthropist after this divorce. You will be.
She left him. She left him. So, like, I'm just like, if I was talking to the judge, look, she's leaving me. So, as far as I'm concerned, she can go to Foreman Mills and get suited and booted up because I am not.
Foreman Mills.
$135,000 a month. Are you crazy? Where is she going without me?
Right.
Okay. Listen, if she would have money from me, she would really be leaving with some Beats by Dre.
Yeah.
Right.
Like she isn't going to the Grammys without me. She ain't going to any red carpet events without me. So why does she need all this money if she's not going for clothes?
Right.
She ain't gonna be going anywhere.
He can't give her enough money. So that here's the thing about divorce. I think that when you get divorced, you want to give them just enough money to survive, but not enough that you're going to actually see them again someplace where you hang out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Talking about like, and that would be for us.
It's
like,
a
I'm
little
at
scale.
the Olive Garden, bitch.
Exactly. I don't want to be in Turks and Caicos and turn and see you on the lounger next to me. I don't want that.
Yeah.
You better be at, Mount Airy Lodge or something. But
you know what?
Yeah, I'm not. If you leave me, I'm not paying you private jet money.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. None of that.
Better
Damn.
be out
It-
Wally
like,
World.
if that's-
Lois ain't
if that's
playing.
what they
She like,
thought, if I was Dre, I'd be like, you know what? I will reduce my lifestyle just to spite her.
Turks and Caicos. I know that's right. Oh, talk about it. Woo. Well, I mean, like, but here's the thing. So then Karl was funny because when we were talking about this a little bit earlier, he was like, it's cheaper to keep her. You know, that's the saying. And
Yeah.
my thing is just, I hope they come to something that makes sense for both of them. But a lot of people are just like, she is out of pocket with this.
Yeah, but depends on the attorney.
Can you imagine Karl trying to like take Oprah for that kind of money?
Wow.
Oh, I can do it. Don't knock the game, brother. Don't knock the game. So once I get all this straightened up,
Wait, we were we started talking before we started the show a while ago because there was a publicity stunt that Kid Rock did. You said, Larry?
Yeah, so something came out about Kid Rock and Loretta Lynn getting married, and you know, which if you know anything about Kid Rock, that's just not.
What?
Loretta Lynn is nowhere near the level of bimbo that the Kid Rock goes for.
So that made me think.
He's doing it for the money. Now he's doing that for the money.
What celebrity would you marry for publicity stunt? That's
Cicely Tyson.
Jane Pittman.
Yeah. Well, I'm going with Viola Davis.
Viola. Hey, how about Niecy Nash? Isn't that something?
Well, she just got married.
I love that. I was like,
I know.
Get that on the down low.
I was like, yes.
Yeah, those are the kind of girlfriends you need in your life. We're going to keep your business close to the chest. I like that.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Amber Rose. I don't know what.
Amber Rose.
I'm gonna tell you why I say Whoopi Goldberg.
Ooh.
Whoopi Goldberg went through that phase in her career where she was cool, funny, and then when she did the movie, when she got into the dress, she was hot, still stylish. But then she went to this prayer room. She was just not okay. But now that she's older, I'm okay with it. A few more years, maybe 20, 30, hopefully. Whoopi for the win.
Karl want that dap.
Right. Yeah, for real. Yeah.
I don't want no Kardashians though. No Kardashians.
Oh God, they got that mind control, honey. You don't want that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I heard a Kardashian eat gout.
Yeah, I don't know how Nick Cannon did it with Mariah because she was in that phase where she was like, you know, she wasn't even walking for herself anymore. She would have
what? I'm
like wheeling her to the stage.
done with you.
What?
I'm done.
No, once you get to a level of princess behavior, I'm out. I'm sorry. I can't, like, really? You're too bougie to walk now? What the?
Hey, sometimes a girl get tired. All them high notes.
Well, yeah, she's got to. She's wearing all this, I understand. She's wearing all this on. Yeah, her feet hurt, but still, like, you can wear some Chuck Taylors on stage. Nobody's going to give you any garbage for being comfortable.
That's hilarious.
When I first saw Larry's name, when I first saw Larry XL, I said, oh man, LaTice, what's going on? Is this porn? Like, what are we doing here?
Wait, where were we?
No, I just saw his name. I looked at the whole thing, like, you know, it said like the host. I said Larry XL. I was like, all right then.
Oh, right.
I had my little like lingerie set out on the side, and then I looked at it and I was like, no, okay.
Yeah, a little swanky music about to start playing in the background.
You know.
Hey, LaTice, remember to show up in Pottstown? How you used to introduce me?
Yes. Yes, former porn star. Or
Dirt Dingley.
Porn star.
Nice.
He used to tell me to say something. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, right. It's like, remember before my show, I tell people, listen, I'm giving you a card, write down your intro on it. If you don't write down your intro, I'm gonna say anything I want to say.
Yep.
Right.
People got it. They got themselves together after that.
Right, I bet they did.
It's like, I don't know if this person's really funny. She was just hanging out in the corner. She could be a hoe. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, LaTice. I'd be like, oh, damn. Okay. Woo.
So how's it feel to be back to Mitchell?
Soon. I've already done it on certain platforms, as you know.
Yeah.
The legal aspect of it is not complete yet. So it will be. And I'm gonna drive right up to Montclair so we can party.
Oh, girl, straight up and down.
So how much spouse support is he trying to soak you for?
That's hilarious.
We got two kids.
How much is he going to the judge asking you for?
Hilarious.
I gave him 10 years of my life.
I'm gonna leave with this Purell hand sanitizer. That's what I'm leaving with.
Oh, stop it.
That's the only thing. It's see-through. You can't even see it. It won't go.
Well, can you?
I know, but what, like, you know,
you can leave the kids. You're winning.
Half your money.
What'd you say, Larry?
What if he wants half your money though?
What money?
That's how you got to go in. It's like,
my future earnings.
Yeah.
He ain't getting nothing.
Oh, you hid your assets in the Cayman Islands? You got to hit the hidden bank accounts?
There you go.
Your accounts.
That's what you
Lois,
do.
I want money on my mattress for a little bit. I got to get divorced.
That's about me.
Right.
Like, nah, bro.
The only thing I'm gonna talk about you now is that we're divorced.
Okay.
Woo.
You free?
That's a right there. That's like a good segment.
Exactly. You could like start it out humming a Negro spiritual.
Right. Mama.
Nah, hey LaTice, opening song should be "Try Jesus, don't try me, because I fight."
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. So let's talk about, all right, so you're in Jersey now.
Yes.
So you know our state just started to open up things. Have you did the inside dining yet?
No.
Okay.
Staying outdoors.
Okay.
And we got the in-laws here, and Wynn's dad is an amazing cook, so
Yes.
I don't really
You don't have to
hustle too much. Even though I did go to this French restaurant on Bloomfield called Faborge or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It was nice. They had a beautiful outdoor space.
Nice.
It was very, very, very nice. Very nice. So I was like, okay, I could do this. But what's going to happen when it starts to get cold? Like I was thinking about you and the punchline and everything. Like, what's the deal? What's going to happen there, Karl?
I'm glad you said that. I had such a dumb conversation the other day. AT, you know where Uno's is at on 73?
Yeah.
So I'm driving down and it started raining. So they were like trying to get everybody underneath the umbrellas.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on the phone with this friend of mine from school, and I said, yeah, man, it's raining outside. These people, they're gonna start, gonna have to shut down. I said, but what's gonna happen when it gets cold? He said, well, man, see, what they should do is just get one of them tents and build an outside structure outside. I said, moron, that's called inside. If you build a structure, you're going from
Shut up if you build a structure.
Hilarious. Are people not just hysterically stupid? It's like, really?
Can I get a table for 3 in the igloo, please? Thank you very much.
Exactly. Exactly. Can I be in a place with more germs and more heat? Some artificial propane heat, so I can just really, turn this COVID up to 20. Like 19 was a good one. We can get up to 20. Now that's going to be Jesus.
Oh God, that's horrible.
I just want to see when the fight broke outside of Uno's or outside the restaurant due to crowding.
Well, yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
25% inside occupancy, 25%.
Yeah, well, if you noticed, Helium in Philly is opening back up at 25% capacity, and a buddy of mine who lives out of town, he's like, how can a club, like how are the people going to make any money off of that? Well, I'm like, well, look, I mean, like I looked at the lineup. All right, DL is playing there. DL Hughley's playing there in October. Helium seats about, their capacity normally is about over 200. So I'm guessing their capacity now is like 75. If he's doing 6 shows at $50 a show, he's still making like 15 to 20 grand a week over the course of the week, which is probably a third of what he normally would make. But still, he can coast off of that.
Yeah,
it's all the mid-level and low-level comics that are going to be taking the hit for the foreseeable future. It'll probably be I'm guessing it'll probably be another year at the very least before things even start to like try to get back to normal. So you just got to figure out how you're going to get yourself through the next 1 to 2 years until hopefully things will get back to the way they were. And if not, hopefully you'll have another career path by then.
Well, that's what I was saying, because who's hosting the show, who's the feature, because normally it would be local comedians.
Well, it's DL, so he's probably bringing his own opening act, his own
feature,
MC.
But, so that we were always, fighting for, well, who's hosting that weekend, or who's, featuring, and now it's slim pickings.
But how much can you really? And the other thing is, how much can you really charge? Because think about it on a larger scale of like the theaters, like a stadium. Like, how much can you charge people such that you're going to make up that money? Like, it's not going to happen.
You can't make it
happen. So where does the adjustment? Like, I always think about domino theory. So like, okay, so where are the monetary adjustments down the line that make this whole equation make sense in the end? Mm-hmm. Are the people that you owe money to, are they suddenly going to take less money? You know what I'm saying? It's like a bank's going to say, okay, you had $1 million house, but because of COVID and because of down the line, we see you're not going to make as much money. And so we're going to end up having to buy that house back from you. And there's really nobody out there to sell it to because nobody else has a freaking job either, or the income is not increasing. So that, like that's the things, those kind of things we have to think about. We honestly have to come up with a way of chopping debt in half. If we do not chop people's debts in half, there is no way this is ever going to bear itself out in any way such that the economy is going to be functioning.
Yep. And here's another a point I'd like to make too. So you got all these brick and mortar comedy clubs. If they're opening up back at 25%, all right, cool. Why aren't you doing shows every night of the week then? Because if you were selling out your club before the pandemic on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now you're doing a 25% capacity, you should be able to do shows every night of the week and have at least something going on every night of the week to make up for the gap in, the amount of capacity that you got to put up with.
But the question is this, though, Larry. The question becomes this. How confident are you that they are hiring the right people to clean and sanitize that place properly, such that this amount of people coming in and going out, this amount of people coming in and going out is real? It's these people aren't going to get sick. Like, they clean every Sunday night. Great. But if you're on the Friday show and you're sitting in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday germs, your ass is going to die.
Here's the thing, though. You're operating under the assumption that the powers that be actually give a damn if you catch COVID or not. And it's obvious from the way things that have been going for the last 6 months that they really don't, because we're opening everything back up, but we're still in the weeds as far as COVID is concerned. They're just doing it so people don't go out the street and riot. They could give a damn about our health.
Right, but you do.
Horrible.
Yeah.
You do. And I care about mine. You gonna say, Karl?
Now, here's the thing. It's a gym in New Jersey where, on this end, where the owner, he protested, they opened back up, on back and forth. He lost his business license, but right down the street with that body, like 5 miles away, there's a adult go-go lounge. Sticks packed every night. But I'm like, yo, they're in there literally outside waiting for capacity to go in. The police are actually policing it, but they're not shutting down. Now, I don't know what the owner of the gym did in order to get shut down, but it's like these cats, wives, whoever don't know, they probably, man's already up in this club. I guess as long as the dancer got her mask on, she's okay. But I'm just saying,
That's wild.
It's still an environment where it's still packed to capacity.
Jesus Christ.
The owner of that gym, which was in Belmar, New Jersey, what happened was he didn't comply when it was first implemented. When they said everything was supposed to shut down, he refused. So he didn't wait until they gave the okay. He was like, I'm opening. So, and he didn't have anybody wearing, there were no masks. Like, like we're going to do what we want to do. So that's why they ended up shutting him down. He got arrested a couple times, and then they were still on the news. And then finally they just pulled his business license. But and then we found out some other dirt about him too, because they like to bring up everybody's past.
Yeah, I'm not on his side at all, but I guess the fact is like with you being inside the club, everybody got masks on. The unlikelihood is that if I have on the mask and the dancer got on the mask, that could be your cousin up there you dancing with. That ain't.
Why would you go to a strip club if you know that your cousin's dancing there?
I'm done.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
You might not know.
Right.
You might not know until you see that mole on
You don't
her
know.
spine.
You don't know what Keisha look like in those thongs.
The family birthmark.
Exactly.
Like,
look, you down there throwing that bill, Mama?
Right? Cousin Juju, what you doing here?
I'm supporting you.
I'm trying to keep you in college, boy. That's sacrifice.
Oh,
now that's sacrifice.
That's great.
I don't know if I slide down a pole for my daughter. I love her, but I'm gonna be a little old then.
Yeah. But you know, she want to have. So yeah, she is so adorable. By the way, I was talking about how my 5-year-old started kindergarten on Tuesday, and I was like, I teared up a little bit as I was walking away from the building this morning, because all we could do was wave and like watch them go in, and I'm like,
all right, but this isn't your first rodeo, because I've seen the commercials, first child, second child, the first child you're all protected, second child, yeah, whatever, go bye.
I still care. Yeah, no, I still care.
So
Plus,
like you're like, this is like what kid number 3, like first day of school could be like, just load them into a cannon and fire them out. Boom.
No. But
I hope you land in the right district.
Yeah.
Right. But here's the ironic part. This is the kid who doesn't want me to hold. Like, he was mad when I came to pick him up on Tuesday after school. Like, he was like, Mommy, I wanted to take the bus. I'm like, listen, I just want to, lift you up today. Like,
he sounds like he needs a kidnapping adventure.
I was like, are you happy to see me? No, I wanted to take the bus. That's what he told me. I said, well, damn.
I love that kid's personality, man. Did he have his briefcase this time? Did he have his briefcase?
He has a Spider-Man backpack. He loves it.
He wants a briefcase and a cell phone.
He has a matching Spider-Man mask, and he wore his Pokemon mask the first day of school, which was cool. And he's like, just make sure I have my Spider-Man mask. I said, okay, I got you.
All right. So,
but, yeah.
As a parent, how long do you think it'll be before they cry uncle and shut the school year down? Because they're doing it. All the colleges around here, they're like, yeah, we're opening up, and then a week later, you know what?
Exactly. Not some
of that.
Yeah.
So are you ready for them like 2 weeks from now to go, yeah, this ain't working out, we're sending all the kids home?
I hope not. But they're doing what they call a hybrid. So there's going to be some in school and some at home. Yeah. But what I learned after the first day of school is that for the PM kindergarten classes, they're going to be there. Like, they have a schedule, a 4-day schedule apparently. So I was like, oh, okay. But their temperatures are being taken every time they walk into the building, along with all,
by a Catholic priest.
Yeah. No,
okay. I'm sorry.
by a little lady.
I'm sorry. That was inappropriate.
Oh gosh,
Yeah, it's all touchless now. Who's still doing thermometers? Like, if anybody's still doing thermometers, they got something to.
Yeah,
they got something to say.
Do not go to the nurse's office, children. Please don't fall for that.
Karl knows. Karl knows.
No, we used to hate it.
I guarantee you, there's still some people out there with the thermometer gun still want to take the temperature rectally.
Oh my god!
Turn around.
That's hilarious. Somebody stick it right in there.
That's what she said.
Oh my god! So
start telling the whole string of pedophile jokes. This is not that show.
Right, it's horrible.
Keep it Tom Joy.
Look, I'm happy that people are trying to beat the bushes to find pedophiles, but none of them are starting to search the Catholic Church, and that's just bullshit because they're not even trying. If you're not looking at the Catholic Church to look for pedophiles,
you know what I think is really insane? There's a law office that is starting this whole campaign about like getting people like money who've been molested. Yeah. And they're like, oh, it doesn't matter how long ago it was. It's like, isn't it? There's no statute of limitations on that.
You're right.
Like, isn't there a statute of limitations on rape?
Yeah.
Of like a man raping a woman. So why, if Johnny got his little butthole fingered by Father John, why is this for the rest of his life? Like, whenever he has his little nightmare at the age of 75 and wakes up, he can call his law firm and get $50,000 for it. That's crazy.
You said at age 75?
I don't think it's like that. Yeah. I don't think it's like unemployment where you just sign up and they just wire you the money. I think you got to go to court and.
What did you say, Karl?
I said, that's a horrible dream. At 75, you sitting there just nodding out like,
Well, you could be getting cleaned up by the nurse.
Oh, no. PTSD.
Exactly.
From the D.
It's like, what are you? Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
No.
This is really, we started that talking like just about wholesome real estate, and now we're just in the gutter. Can we get okay? So what exactly is closing costs?
This is America. There's no bottom, as you now know. There is no bottom, darling. We can keep on going. I've got a joke about a 5-year-old and a clown. You want to hear that?
No, I do not. No, I do not. So let's talk real quick. How long do you think it's going to take for comedy to really come back full force?
Full force? 3 years.
Wow.
At the least.
Okay.
3 years, because you got to understand we have to get a new administration in place. There's going to be a whole thing about how much money has been spent, and all of a sudden, when the Democrats there's going to be no money because of course Trump spent it all. He honestly did.
Stole it all too.
Huh?
He stole it all too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Stole billions. It's disgusting. So that's going to be a problem because the contact tracing and the way that we need to go about this to really eradicate it is going to take a lot of money, and it's going to be a very long process.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they get the vaccine has to be free.
Right.
It has to be free. If it is not free, we are creating another underclass. It's not gonna happen smoothly. It's not gonna go smoothly. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna take a long time.
Yeah, and they gotta text the vaccine out and everything. And there's enough black people that know about the Tuskegee experiments that they're not signing up for the first wave of any type of vaccine that comes out. It's gonna be like the new iPhone. I'm gonna let you guys check it out, work the bugs out of it. Then, if none of you die, I might be interested in getting that vaccine. But otherwise, I ain't gonna be the first one lining up for it.
That's
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we are rightfully frightened.
Yeah, for sure. So, real quick, Lois, tell everybody where they can find you on social media. I know
social media. You can find me at Lois is Funny on IG.
Yeah.
And you can find me Lois Thompson on Facebook, and Lois is my realtor also on Facebook and IG.
Awesome.
Yeah. And tonight I'm going to be at Tip Top. What is it? Tiny Cupboard. Tip Top Comedy. I don't know where that is. Nice. Tiny Cupboard in Bushwick, 1717 Broadway, on the Black Women in Comedy Show, being hosted by Joanna Briley, my good buddy.
That's right. Oh, check that out tonight, September 10th. I know that's right.
Oh, sorry.
Friday Eve.
Yeah, nah.
Friday Eve.
Yeah.
I think all comedy
You should
shows
cut that out.
kick off the weekend on a Friday Eve. It's dope.
You can cut that out. Sorry.
Hilarious. No, I love it. So anything else you want to promote?
I want to promote Black people playing golf so that I'm not the only one out there. That's what I want to promote.
I do
Come
like
on, guys, get out there with me.
I can't really play golf though.
You gotta come. Listen, I'm gonna get you into the game.
Okay.
I got
You
a
play
little
golf?
here in my backyard.
You play golf?
I do.
That's
I play a little bit
player.
sometimes.
Like in real life or Nintendo Wii playing golf?
Where you
Come
going?
on,
Oh,
Karl.
nah,
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Now
Get
I
out
play in
there.
Delaware, actually. I play at this club in Delaware with my insurance company. We go once a year,
Nice.
once or twice a year.
So that's how often you play?
That's it. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Man, you need to stop it, right?
Yeah, I want to throw it out there. You heard golf? He's like, yeah, I own a club. Okay.
Like,
you got to get the right laugh. You got to have the golf laugh.
right.
My God, did you hook that?
Oh, you're in the sand trap.
Thank you guys so much. I've had a ton of fun.
You're
This has been
awesome.
great.
Oh, you're so much fun. You're so much fun.
You're so much fun.
XL, Larry XL.
Come back. Come back anytime, please.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, Mama.
See you
Good luck to you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right now.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, she's
All right.
hilarious. She's hilarious.
Oh my God, so much fun. Okay, so I would normally let's finish up with our social media and then we are good to go. Karl, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Karl Rogers at Iam.KarlRogers on Instagram, and I am Karl Rogers Insurance at Instagram, and just Karl Rogers on Facebook. And remember, that's Karl with the K. Please do not do a C. That's this old white guy that does G.
Right.
Yeah.
And Larry, how can they find you?
I mean, there's not going to be any comedy until 2023, so what's the point? I mean, I'll promote it then. Fuck it.
Well, I actually have a show this Saturday, September 12th, at the Woodbridge Center Mall. To be
you have a show unless it rains or there's some lightning. Then
true. Don't wish that on me. Don't wish
I'm not wishing it on you. I'm just saying.
Or
Crazy.
A band of raccoons coming through.
Yeah, it could be a forest fire or something. Who knows? I just saying.
You right. Follow me on, IG, Twitter, Facebook. There it is down there, LaTice Comedy. And also, y'all know, follow our Funny Bits podcast page. We have also on Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. There it is, Funny Bits podcast on IG and Twitter. And so next week's guest, I'm super excited. Kat Mosley will be here, comedian from Philly. Super excited to talk to her. She is the producer of Sucks to Be Quarantined, which happens every Sunday night live on Facebook via Zoom. It's a hilarious mic, and can't wait to talk to her about a whole bunch of things. And so that will be September 17th. I cannot believe that. Anyway, when I start saying these dates, let's get the message of the week, y'all. Message of the week. Here we are. Challenges in life are a sign you're climbing higher. Never stop. Message of the week. Take that with you. Thank you again for watching. We love y'all. Thank y'all. Make sure you subscribe to Funny Bits podcast. We would so greatly appreciate it. We're gonna dance our way out of here. But
bars,
thank you so much for watching the show, and thank you again to our special guest Lois Thompson. It was a pleasure. Bye.
Hit them bars, LaTice. Hit them bars. Turn me up.
It's funny bits.
Turn me up in the mic.
Funny bits time. Funny bits. What?
What?
Funny
What?
bits. Oh.
Time to tune into the show. Watch out.